just have some good news. I can play this damn thing on full screen. I'm going to lower the sound effects and the music a little bit so I can actually hear myself. Check out how to play. Basically, click the key. This is a very hand-holdy game. So, find the flies, the spiders will give us hints, blah blah blah. You will only find flies if you are not at the maximum number of hints, so let's play. And your hints kind of reset.
Hi, it's Amy. I'm on assignment.
There's our additional voice.
This time I'm in Bodie, a ghost town in the Sierra.
Yeah,
the locals say the town is haunted by a little girl named Evelyn, who was killed by a pickaxe over 100 years ago. Some gravestones are missing, and something is definitely up. Don't try to call back. Just get here.
By the way, we never see this character. I'm just going to spoil that right now. We never, not Evelyn, but we never see the person who just called us. They either bailed or they were captured by the ghost and they just never drew a sprite for her. So, off we go to Bodie. And the fact I can play this in full screen is really good because some of these can be very fiddly. Welcome to Bodie. Our goal is very simple. Find the gravestone pieces and fix the gravestones.
Here's the car key if you have to leave. The key! I guess we won't be leaving Bodie anytime soon. Well, I guess you better get started.
As we complete the gravestones, we will get keys. These keys will eventually lead us to the one key we actually need. Oh, yeah, you have to look at
Read these obituaries. They can help you solve the mystery.
Okay, this is the main haunting. This is Evelyn Byers. She was 7 years old when she died. Actually, she was about to be 7. She was actually 6. Evelyn Byers was believed to be the only witness of a murder committed by Washoe Pete, the bad man of Bodie. They were not very good at naming things back then. Died at the age of 6 when she was hit with a pickaxe. Yeah, that'd probably do it. Despite an investigation and many witnesses, the ditch digger and pickaxe have not been found. The investigation had been called off as each witness met a terrible fate in the days that followed. Rumor has it that they drew up a map to point to the authorities to the killer. No such map has been found, and the investigation has been closed. So there is our other goal. We need to solve the mystery of her murder and find the map. And keep in mind, this was a gold rush town. Do you want to bet dollars to donuts a mine's going to be involved at some point? There is our first piece.
Use these photos in my notebook to explore each building in Bodie and solve who killed Evelyn.
Gee, find the key. Where's the key? Where's the key? Right there. So start here. And each gravestone will bring up the obituary that we need. And we're going to meet pretty much everyone in Bodie. Basically, this is just filler, but it's really well animated for the time. And now you can kind of guess the rest of the point of this is we are going to be examining things. There is no penalty for using hints, so if I get stuck, I will be using hints. For example, a bow tie, things like that. An angel with flowers, you know, things like that. They're very specific on what you need to find. Clearly, somebody's been using this place as a dumping ground. But you can kind of get the idea of how it is. And I'm probably going to be switching in and out of the screen because seeing that I can record in full screen means I'm not going to be able to see the Bandicam, which is going to be very annoying. But oh wow. But you get the general idea. This is just a very simple, very fun little game. I won't have much to comment on for a while, so I may go quiet occasionally. But when something happens, obviously I can be a bit of a snarkmeister about it. I did give away a couple of minor plot points, but if you didn't see them coming a mile away at this point, then I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. Because they are kind of that obvious. And inappropriately epic music. Later on in the game, it may make a little more sense. Because, while they're not great at it, there are points where it does have like this odd little feeling of dread. And every time I think that's going to fall on the character's head, I swear to frickin' Christ. So we go out to the map. And this is one of the other parts of the game. The tombstone puzzle. Unlike Evelyn's grave, which was just, oh, it's missing one piece, yeah, that's going to happen a bit. Get used to that. That is basically the ghost who inhabits the tombstone being a bit of a pain in the butt and yelling at you because they apparently don't want their tombstone fixed because they're ungrateful or something. See, they do that a lot. You just gotta kind of ignore them and let them just do the thing. I don't remember this being this fiddly, but I guess it's me. Yeah, it's not a timed thing or anything, so don't worry. We're not gonna run out of time, and the ghost is gonna eat our face or something. They didn't get that crazy with this. You know, the developers had a sense of mercy and kindness, as I was saying. These ghosts are so rude. Rotating the zombies can be a little annoying. So, basically, the thing goes back together perfectly, and we get the new obituary, our second obituary. This is Eleanor Dumais. She was... Let me do the math here. Because she looks like she was fairly old, actually, when she died. Yeah, she died, she was 85. She was 85 when she died. Which is actually pretty freaking impressive. She's like 84, 85. Eleanor Dumais, known as Madame Mustache, was a respected woman who owned many gambling houses in the West, and was a witness to Evelyn Breyer's death. She came to Bodie when she fell on hard times. She was found 2 miles east of town with an empty bottle of poison. So somebody poisoned her, or she suicided. One of the two. And again, doing the math here, she died fairly old. A pretty well, long-lived woman, it seems like. Because she died in 97, she was born in 12. And keep in mind I'm talking 18 instead of 19, but you get the idea. So that's actually pretty... She still lived a pretty long life. Unlike Evelyn, who was killed at 6. So... And there's the second part of the map. Yes, there are 2 things that have to do with her, and that's cards, because she did own gambling houses, and poison bottles, i.e. her method of death. And she gives us, her zombie hand gives us a key, but she has been put to rest. And this is how the game is going to go. We explore a location, we maybe do the occasional puzzle, we put together the tombstone, we find shit on their tombstone, we learn more about the character, and we get a key. With the final key being our car key, obviously, since that's kind of the one we need. First chapters go pretty quickly. Yeah, we can go a little further, and yes, I do have a telegram now. So I can do one more, and then I'll stop, and then we'll do, like, one or two more. Another creepy old house. Unless you try, you can't screw up the keys. And some houses will have 2 rooms and they'll have puzzles, like I said. There is an area after the tombstones, but you do have to, like, well, okay, maybe not after. Like, it's hard to explain. So let's find some more stuff. And ironically enough, one of those stuffs is a spider. So yeah, this is just like a fun little game I would play on my own. Not really let's playing it, just kind of playing it and commenting to myself. Okay, that's... Oh, there's the feather. Just... Also, I would not eat chocolate truffles from this place, and... Yuck. Ugh. No. Those things are probably like 100 years old in and of themselves. Actually thinking about it, some of the characters with their date of birth would be about over 200 at this point. Because it's 18, not 19. Kind of an interesting thought when you think about it. I wouldn't really call that a penknife, more a butter knife, but then again, what do I know? So yeah. Really not much to say at this point. Things will start to get a little more interesting as time goes on. Like I said, I'll have more to comment on when it comes to different rooms, different situations, different characters, creepy noises like that one. And I'll eventually probably end... I forgot it did that. That cute little clink is a nice touch. Like, you probably couldn't hear... Like I said, I lowered the sound a little bit because this way you don't actually hear me talking. Because my Let's Plays are not silent Let's Plays. They're happy, fun, talky Let's Plays. I don't mind silent ones when it comes to... Oh, wait. A bass. Not a bass. A bass. I don't mind the silent ones. They make excellent walkthroughs because usually you just like watch and you kind of see what they're doing. But I do like the talking ones too, because sometimes the commentator's good and you can get a good laugh out of it. Like I really like Ratsupre. That sounds like really weird coming from me because I probably am somebody who they would Ratsupre if I did all this silent because of how stupid some of the games I play are, and I admit it. But at the same time, I kind of want to play those games now too because they did it, and I'm curious on how I would react to those situations. And I play stuff like this, so I really can't. Where the hell is that spider? No, I'm really fucking serious. I cannot find the spider. And yeah, I've been kind of, like I said, I've been kind of stressed lately. Like, it's not an excuse, which is why I'm still, like, putting stuff out, at least, even if I'm not, like, editing them properly. No, it's not YouTube screwing up. It really is me. So nobody panic. But, I figured this would be, like, a nice little interim series until I can figure out what I want to do next. Because I've been trying to do this Let's Play for frickin' ever. And if I can do it now, I'm going to be so happy because it'll be like another thing crossed off my list. And maybe it'll be like a little less stressful for me in a weird way. The thing is, like, the way I had been stressed was really freaking bizarre. And I'm kind of redoing the basement right now. And for those that followed this channel for a while know, my father lived in the basement with me in the house, and he had died a couple of years ago. It'll probably be 2 years ago this year, actually. So, literally a couple of years ago. So, you'd think I had a couple of years to kind of get over his death, you know, kind of just get my life back in motion, start working on adopting a kid, working on fertility, that sort of shit. You know, you'd think I'd be over it. Not over it, but, like, it wouldn't set me off. It wouldn't make me crazy. And, I started getting more sensitive, and I didn't know until, like, a couple of things really set me off, like, badly. Like, I go into these spirals that are, like, terrible. It's one of the reasons why I, like, was not caring about the channel anymore at a certain point, because I was in the spiral. I was like, oh, I'm not good enough, why the fuck am I bothering? Like, I get into these spirals when I get really, really upset, and I just start blaming myself for every little thing. It's terrible. So, yeah, I'm spilling my guts to you guys because fuck it. I'm kind of in the I don't give a shit anymore mode at this point. Because it's my channel and I really shouldn't give a shit. But what happens is I do get into this blame myself mode. It stems from a lot of different sources, and I know this, but I did it twice in a couple of weeks, and I'd never done that ever in my life. Now's the perfect time to shoot. There. The spider. Found the spider. Thank you. Hey, move. That's the hint system, by the way. But anyway, what happened was I started going into, like, a bit of a depressive spiral. Ooh. Oh, yeah, sometimes we have to go to more than one spot. And shit like this happens. Hello?
You'll need to get all the pieces of the map before sundown. Take this pocket watch to keep track of the time. Now hurry.
Oh yeah, this little mechanic. Interrupting my story for a minute. This is not a time limit. This is just a little, storytelling element. Basically, it's to tell you how far you are in the game. It's like one of those progress bars. And they never tell you why you have to get the things before sundown. I guess after sundown, Washu Peak kills you or something. I don't know. Anyway, back to my story. I was in the spiral, blah, blah. I had gone into it twice in a row, and that's not normal for me. That has never been normal for me. So, I decided, you know what? That's not normal. I'm getting some help, because I am a proponent of if you need therapy, go get it, and I had the funny feeling I needed therapy, so I went to get it, because I'm not a hypocrite. Yeah, the puzzles get a little tricky. No, it's not right then. And here's that. Anyway. But anyway. So when I went to the therapist, you know, I told her what was going on, da-da-da. She said, well, this has never happened before, and you think there's something up. You know, we kind of did a deduction thing. What has changed? And I kind of went, well, I'm redoing the basement. That's the only logical thing I could think of that has actually changed at some point. So she went, maybe that set you off. I'm like, how could that set me off? I should be over this by now. And, you know, she pretty much said, well, sometimes we don't know what could set us off until, you know, we actually get set off. And I may not have been as over my father's death as I initially thought. So, redoing the basement was the equivalent of me basically erasing my father in my brain. This is only after one session. I'm sure there's, like, more shit going on. Hi. So eventually, you know, I'll figure out what else is going on with me and I'll probably feel a little bit better about myself. And probably not go into the spirals as often as I did in the past, much less now. He looks very surprised he's dead. So I think after this we can, Alfred Roger Rice. The fuck name is Alfred? My name is Alfred. He said that's like an elf name. Okay. Alfred slipped on some ice and fell 450 feet down the Bodie mine shaft. I told you there'd be a mine. While falling, he called clear the shaft to warn the miners, though hailed as a hero. Some suspect foul play, as a mysterious figure was seen in the spot where he fell. He was one of the witnesses to Evelyn's death, and spoke of a map that would identify the killer. So he's the first one to actually say, hey, we have this map that'll show you who the killer is. And later died, but he didn't want to take anyone with him, so he kind of said, you know, look out below, basically. And he was about 29 years old when he died, so he was younger than I was. I am now. And I think once we do the hidden object thing on this tombstone, we need a key. Find snowshoes, because ice is something he's associated with. Because he kind of slipped on ice, which I'm shocked there'd be ice in this area. This looks more like a desert town. And with that, see progress bar. Notice that the time went up after we finished everything, and I did things fairly quickly. That time will not move until we actually complete a task. So we are up to 2 tasks, and by the way, yes, we're gonna finish by the skin of our teeth. Oh wow. So at this point, yeah, we're going to stop here on the window screen, and next time we will explore where Alfred's grave is going to take us. I have a little fun, and hopefully you guys do too. Again, simple little game, but enjoyable.